Okay, here we go. First wave session back in Sagres, Tonel Beach. And it's Tonel Beach with a bit of a difference. I've rigged, I've rigged 4.7 Evoque. I've got the 85 Quantex. We've got Vincent just going out on 4.7 as well. He actually looks pretty powered up. And then Jean-Louis out the back on a 5.2. The difference is, I say Tonel with a difference, there is so many rocks at the moment. When we come down the beach, you'll be able to see them in a bit. But usually this beach has got a lot of sand on it. But over the winter, the storms have kind of pulled away a lot of the sand, and now it's kind of exposed a lot of rocks. So if I hit a rock today, that'll be why, because there are some in some unexpected places at the moment. Pretty gusty, normal Tonel, Portugal. Hopefully I don't smash the camera on a rock, but obviously I'm using the Insta 360 with the extension pole and a fly mount. A lot of people asking about that, and obviously you might, well, not obviously, but maybe you've seen that Insta 360 have got a new camera coming out, which this is the X3. They've got the X4 coming out, so we hopefully might be getting sent one of them. Someone contacted me the other day, and yeah, that would be pretty cool to get the new camera. Is it any better than the X3? I don't know. This is a pretty good camera. I've been pretty happy with this, but we will see. So let's hopefully have an uneventful walk down the beach. It's not the easiest. Usually a lot of people rig up on the beach, but due to the lack of sand, I decided to rig up in the car park. So yeah, we'll see. I think we'll get a few little opportunities. It's always very gusty and unpredictable in Tonel. You get the odd days which are a bit more consistent, which are a bit more onshore, but most of the time there is some big crazy gusts going through, and usually quite a few surfers. So we'll see. Not very big waves today, but there's a few little peaky numbers. Wow, there's quite a bit of wind from behind me at the moment. Usually we get the helicopter gusts here. Oh fuck. And they've resurfaced the road. Actually, looking at Vincent down there, it actually looks pretty good. He's flying out on 4.7. And then, just as I say, that comes to a standstill. Wow, this is like a rock field. How do we navigate this? This is crazy. I've never seen it like this. This is like, well, I'm not sure what I'm doing now is the correct way. Look, I don't know if you can see, but there is just, you've got to hop from rock to rock. Hopefully in the next week's month, this will get cleared up, or maybe they just come and dump some sand for the summer. Wow, there's like loads of small rocks here. Any of you who've never seen Tonel before, you're probably like not that interested by this bit, but this is kind of crazy. Not used to this at all. This is like a rock beach now. So I don't know how long we've got before, and there's rocks in the middle of the bay, there's rocks out in the bay. Well, if you're planning on visiting Tonel, maybe bring some boots. There's definitely more rocks than usual. Oh, okay, not too bad though. We make it down. A bit of sand here. We have got some sand. Looks light on the inside. Usual Tonel. There's a rock in the middle, obviously the big rock in the middle, but there are a few underlying rocks, which they're the ones you've got to be careful of. Obviously the big one's pretty easy to spot. Oh, there we go. Just look at Vincent getting a nice one. I think we're going to get some action. 4.7, I did say that, didn't I? 4.7, 85 litre. And then we're gonna have this session here at Tonel, and then I'm gonna head to Martignal, which is the flat water spot, for some more Defi wind training. Oh, I'm on 4.7 and powered off the beach. Bam! We'll get no wind behind this rock, so are you ready? Whew. I've got to try and go through this hole, but it's a bit more onshore, so we do make it past, I say. Oh, we do, we make it past. Usually there's an absolutely horrendous wind hole there, for Tonel, that's a relatively pain-free, exit from the beach. Anyone who's sailed here before will know just how, unpredictable it can be. And now we just have to find out where the rocks are. You've got to choose where to make your turns, where to find the little peaks. Like I say, I haven't sailed here for ages. They do move around the peaks, and that goes to, with every beach that you sail, you've really got to suss out where's your little spots, because if the sand moves, the break will move. For those of you that are new to wave sailing, if a wave is breaking in one place and not in another, usually means there's a shallower bit of water. So, if it's very, very small and it's breaking only in one little place, be very careful, because it probably means it's very shallow. Also, what you're really looking for in wave sailing is a peeling wave. So then you want like a shallower bit of water going to deeper gradually, and then that wave to be running off on the angles of that sandbank. So sometimes the sandbanks can be set up amazingly well, and other times terribly. It can just be a big dumpy bowl, and that's it. So we're going to get a little tag here. No, we're not, because the water goes a bit. Yeah, we don't know where the sandbanks is, so I'm going a bit easy right now. There was a surfer then, but we managed to avoid him. So there is, yeah, see it's sketching me out a bit because I don't know where the rocks are. But you can see there's definitely a bank here. It's really starting to lift off here, so just have to assess it, see if we can figure out if it's rocks or sand. It'll be sand most likely, but better to be safe than sorry on your first trip. Oh, little nugget here, might get a backie. Oh no, it's more chop than wave. Disappeared on me. But yeah, 4-7 seems to be the right choice. Yeah, this seems to be where it's lining up. And usually what I do is when I work out, where the wave is breaking, where that point is, I line it up with something on the land, so then I can, come back to it time after again. You can also watch the wave breaking in front of you, see where it goes white. Where it goes white, obviously that's where it's broke first, and it probably indicates where that sort of shallow bank is. So they're like little indicators that you can use and then kind of replicate them time after time. Maybe you have a few spots, but if you look downwind here, we've got a little bowl. It's a bit onshore, so we've got to open up. Yeah, it didn't quite sit as I wanted it. Again, we're not sure where the rocks are closer in, but we'll play the safe game. Right, we'll look for some jumps now. Same difference with the jumps, where you see those bars are, where those banks are, where the wave's breaking, like there's a little kind of break here, which is where you're trying to line up for on the way out. And obviously you want to be a bit more upwind so you can bear off, get some speed, and then hit it. At the moment I'm coming from underneath it, which is not ideal because I chose to ride the wave. So sometimes in certain spots you've got to pick your poison. I didn't really have time to talk through that one. It was a little chop hop backie, the old micro backie. You've got to turn quite hard up into wind for those, but then you can't keep pushing. I see so many people making that mistake. Keep pushing and then they pull the sail in with their front hand and it almost turns into a push loop. I will revisit that video maybe this summer, because like I said, I have seen a few common mistakes, and it was a very well received video. That, let me know in the comments below if you've got any questions on it, the micro backloop video. All good? Woo. Oh, we just made him fall in. Shouldn't do that. Right, so firstly, we're looking for a bit of swell. So we're looking behind ourselves. We're looking for a bit of a lump up there, pulling down. Not just a bump. There is a little one here, but in front of it, you can see it's quite full. We're not going to get into that one. Not much swell around today. We're trying to basically pick up chop and hope it's going to, you know, wall up on that little sandbank. Tide's coming in, so it might get worse as we're out here. I'm just going to run you guys through a little short session. See, there's a bit of swell here, and I look behind me and it's running down. So this one, we should get a good tag on this if we're early enough. Oh, we might be a bit late. Look at that, already bowling up down the bottom. We're going to have to come into the top of it. Yeah. In this type of wind, you need to be a lot earlier. So position yourself further upwind and try and predict that a bit better. You know, those last minute ones are okay if you've got plenty of breeze and can position yourself. I didn't have much breeze there, so you're kind of stuck. Here we go. So a bit of power, so I'm saying heading down to the lump, a bit too far down for me. I'm trying to see something here. Oh yeah, we can do this. Well, a bit underpowered, killed it a little bit with the backhand, but you know what I mean, that's what I was talking about. That was the position I was going out with before. That last session, because we didn't really ride a wave, so the last run, position myself further upwind, then you get that downwind speed, you can pick out that little peak. Obviously this is more for, you know, places like Tonel where you have banks in different spots. The more sort of flat surface chop, those little things will be everywhere. Whereas in places like Tonel, they're quite specific usually to a certain place at a certain tide. So as the tide moves, those places can move, and you have to be, you know, on it. If you've got a very fast tide, so very big tide, you know, very high, very low, it's going to move through that tide range very, very quickly, and you have to adapt to where your, you know, your area is moving. So for your jumping and your riding, the positional play will change. So definitely keep that in mind. But I would say, and I probably should have said this at the beginning, the main thing you want to do when you're sailing at a spot like this, especially for the first time, or when you haven't sailed it for a while, is come and check out the spot at low tide. You know, then you can see where all the rocks are, you can see where, you know, where possible problems could occur, or, you know, issues, and also look at where the sandbanks are. You know, maybe watch the view of the surfers, where they're positioning themselves. You know, there's a lot of information to gain at low tide. If you come at high tide, everything is hidden, and as the tide drops, you won't really know what's going to expose itself. Here at Tonel, we've got like this big anchor and propeller upwind, and that, if you don't know it's there, it's not absolutely ideal, that's for sure. And then like Vincent's doing now, just waiting around on the outside, waiting for a bit of swell. You know, don't just go in and out like a headless chicken. If you're just going in and out and hoping for the best, yeah, of course you're going to get a few, but it makes sense to be patient, and that's going out for a jump and also, you know, going in for a wave. So, you know, and the more you wait for the section and you get used to it, you'll be able to see it easier, you'll be able to pick it off. You're going to make some mistakes, you're going to get your timing wrong, but the time you put in will really change. Look, we've got a bit of a swell run here. We'll have to get upwind of it. We might be close to the rock, but this could be a clipped up version here, because the rocks are just up here, but we should be able to turn down into this. There's the rock. Boom! There you go. Not the best turn, but the theory was right, and then we get a fat section there and we avoid all the surface. So there are rocks under this bit now, which never used to be the case. It used to be just sand. So we're going to do a little drive around there. Try not to get hit by the beginner surfers. You've got to remember, beginner surfers are some of the most unpredictable creatures in the water. They are it's very good to stay away from them. You don't really know what they're going to do, when they're going to release their board. I mean, they don't know what they're going to do, so how the hell do you know? Actually, probably you've got a better idea of what's going to happen rather than them. So here we go. This is the normal Tonel wobbling out. You know, a lot of days like this in Tonel where you don't get the gust on the way out, and you just have to suck it up, float out, and just hope you get a good run. You can wait on the inside for that gust, but it's usually, in Portugal especially, Tonel, when the sun goes in, the wind drops. That's why, like in the summer here in Portugal, it's way more cleaner. It's you know, the sun's out, no clouds in the sky, you will get cleaner wind. But you've got to be adapted. You know, we're jibing on this little bit of swell here because we think we might get a little turn. We've got a lump downwind of us. If we can pick up some speed, we're going to have to go some. Have a look downwind. See how far that hand goes back? That really gets that drive. You know, get that hand back, turn back in, and then move it up and push it out. That's what you're really aiming to do. The more that hand goes back, the better the commitment is, more chance you've got of getting back up to the lip. Obviously, your weight is so far forward and pressing against the strap, more than you think, probably. Anyway, I think there's enough information there to keep you going. I'm obviously going to carry on with the session, but as you can see above me, the clouds have come in, and when the clouds come in, the wind does drop. Like I said, that was what I was just trying to get onto before. The summer in Portugal, no clouds in the sky, wind is pumping. In the winter, it's definitely a bit more gusty. Well, it's gusty in the summer, so you can only imagine what it is here at this time of year. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you want me to go through anything else. Like I said, I could probably talk for a long time about lots of different things, but I'm just going to leave this one a little bit short. So yeah, see you for the next one. I'm going to go over to Martin Yao this afternoon and do some sort of blasting free riding action. Subscribe! Have you subscribed? What, you haven't subscribed? Ben Profit channel? Woo! Missing out! Woo! This is where the sandbag is, in case you were wondering. This is where the big money hits are taken.